Welcome to a Tired Sandwich solo movie review. Do you like violence? Do you like Christmas? Do, do you like Santa? Do you like villains? Then all this and more in this Tired Sandwich solo movie review. Welcome to episode 3 of the Tired Sandwich solo movie reviews. I am your host, Tired Sandwich, and we are going to be going through Violent Night. This movie was directed by Tommy Wirkola, which kind of surprising. Doesn't have a lot behind his belt, um, but did do Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, Dead Snow 2, and Dead Snow, and What Happened to Monday. You may have heard of a couple of those. Um, I've heard of Dead Snow. I've never watched it. Uh, but what really probably holds us together is not only the director but the writers too. Pat Casey and Josh Miller wrote on the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, which is pretty good. The cast is an all-star cast of David Harbour, who plays Santa, John Leguizamo, who plays one of the main villains, Scrooge, um, Beverly D'Angelo, Alex Hansel, Eddie Patterson, Alexis Louder, Cam. I can't say the last name. You've seen most of these people in this movie in some movie or another, playing playing a side character or whatever. David played as the new Hellboy. He's also in Stranger Things. John Leguizamo. I don't even need to know. I don't even need to say what he's played. You should know he's been in a lot. Um, so this movie, which came out last year, 2022, it is about a girl and her family who goes to visit during Christmas, and their house gets invaded by some crooks who want to steal some money in their house. At the same time, David Harbour, I'm probably saying his last name wrong, is Santa and is having a hard time. You know, all anybody wants for Christmas is money and gift cards. So he's kind of lost his Christmas spirit and is thinking about hanging up the big red hat. This movie is an action adventure movie with a little bit of crime in it. Uh, that's pretty much the synopsis for it. Is Santa fighting a bunch of villains. Like that's it. That's the movie. So if you like that premise, if you think that's cool, then it's one hell of a ride. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun watching it. It uh it was surprising that it was good. I mean, I love the main character in almost everything he does. Even in Hellboy, I didn't think he was bad as Hellboy, but he's just kind of found his role as like older men um like characters. But yeah, so would I suggest this movie to anybody? Yes, absolutely. Watch it. I watched it on Peacock. Yeah, Peacock. I watched it on Peacock. I do think it's worth buying. It is definitely a fun movie with a lot of interesting things. I like the lore that they went with, which what we'll get into that more when we get into the spoilers. But overall, sweet movie. Characters were great. The belief in Christmas that they show and like how people lose it is really done well. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if everybody's gonna enjoy this movie. Let's face it, we all have different uh, ways that we enjoy movies. We all have different movies that we enjoy, and not every movie's gonna be for you. But that's okay. That's why there's so many different movies. So my thoughts on it is not maybe not your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this movie when you watch it. Let me know how you feel about it and all that. And yeah, you know. So, with that, me having explained kind of what the movie's about, we're going to get into spoilers because most of this video is going to be me talking about the movie. So, if you haven't watched it, go watch it, come back, watch my review if you want. Let me know what you think. And yeah, now we're going to get into the spoilers, 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 spoilers. I don't have a cool scene that does spoilers, so that's it. You get me saying spoilers a lot. I know. Um, but yeah, spoilers. So, I don't know, my camera's messing up. So, this movie starts out with Santa in a pub where he's just like lost his will to be Santa. Like kids are selfish. They don't want, you know, things that mean anything. And so he's in a pub getting drunk and you know, he another Santa walks in and he's like, "Ah, how long you been Santa?" And he says for a long time. And he goes to leave and nobody believes he's Santa. He says he's Santa, and as he takes off on his reindeer, the lady sees that he's Santa, and she just smiles as he just vomits on top of her. It's it's pretty funny. He vomits on her. So then we cut to the Lightstone family. This very rich family that our main family Jason Lightstone, his wife Linda Lightstone, and his daughter Trudy are going to visit their grandmother and Jason's mother. So they get to the manor to, like, be there for Christmas. And you see that Jason and his wife Linda are estranged. They're not together at the time. You can tell Trudy wants them to be together, but something happened. Most likely, uh, the family, like his wealth, got in the middle of it, or the family business. They kind of hint at that at the beginning. So they're spending Christmas there, and he forgets to take Trudy to the mall to see Santa. So to fix that, he gives her a radio that lets her talk to Santa. That's what he tells her is that it's a way to talk to Santa. Well, all this is going on, we're seeing people walking around, and they look suspicious. They're the help, but they look suspicious. This family has like full security guards and all that. Like they're definitely high end wealthy, and we see John Leguizamo's character, Mr. Scrooge, walk up to the uh, gate where the guy who's watching the gate is at, and he says, "Oh, my car is broken. Can I use your phone?" And he pulls out a gun and kills him. So this is where stuff starts going down. The the villains take over the house, kill all the security guards and stuff, and they are there to find the grandmother's money. So as the movie progresses, we see Santa on the roof of this house and then goes in to get the cookies. Well, while he's getting the cookies, one of the henchmen finds him, thinks he's a Santa that was bought by the family to be there and be Santa, and then a fight ensues in which it ends up that the henchman is impaled on a spike. So after he gets impaled on a spike, Santa's like, I gotta get out of here. But the henchman shot off his gun, which scared away the reindeer, and now the reindeer are gone. So Santa's like, crap, I need to get out of here. But after he runs into another bodyguard or henchman and kills him. He finds a radio, and on the radio he hears a little girl, and he talks to her, Trudy, and she's like, "Are you really Santa?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm really Santa." She's like, "Can you save us?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll save you." So he starts taking out these people. Now, at the same time, this kind of shifts back and forth. We find out what Scrooge is after. There's $300 million given to the Lightstone Company to funnel oil into the Middle East, but the money was stolen, so it was kept there in the lighthouse vault. So he's there to take the money that was said to be stolen and that she didn't have. So he um he uh he ends up like wanting to find out where the money is. The family is scared, and Trudy is still talking to Santa. And at one point, one of the henchmen goes up to her and says, "Who are you talking to?" She's like, "I'm talking to Santa. He's gonna kick your ass." But whatever. And he's the mom and dad, knowing that Trudy could get hurt, tell him, "Oh, it's make believe. There's no such thing as Santa," and tells her that. In which she's devastated. She runs out of the room. She goes up to the attic, and is still talking to Santa, and Santa's gonna try and save them. So the movie progresses, and uh, hold on, I forgot part of the which the so eventually she's up in the attic. Santa gets captured by Scrooge. Um, but before he gets captured, he tells Trudy about his past. So this is where I really liked it. Like I really liked where they went with this. Like where did Santa come from? We always hear Santa was, old Saint Nick, giver and all that. But what if it was different? So in this version, Santa was a Viking who was was called oh, what was he called again? Something a red. Hold on. I gotta look up the name. Nicomund. Nicomund the Red. And he was a warrior and he did really bad things until he became Santa. And now he does good things to try and help and try and make happiness in the world. He also tells her that if he could do anything, he would like to see Mrs. Claus one more time and tell her how much he loves her because even after 1,000 years, he still loves his wife. So he gets captured. They don't think he's Santa. They think that he's a um like a fake Santa. And he eventually get escapes thanks to Trudy and shoots up the chimney. And they still don't think he's Santa. They still think it's fake. And at the same time, the plan's coming more together, but there's a little hiccup. They are getting the vault open, but we find out that something's going on with Jason and his mother. At one point, the henchman makes them give them Christmas presents, and Jason gives his mom a card. She reads it, and something looks weird. And then she just puts it away and says it's none of anybody's business what he wrote. And we'll just pretend it didn't happen. So you know something's going on. You don't know what. But he did tell his wife or ex wife that things were going to change. that he was going to be more of a family person, and you kind of realize that that's why their family fell apart, is because he was spending too much time at the job. So the grandmother thinks she has a kill squad. The kill squad's on their way. They're about to get there, and um, they get there, and she thinks, "Oh, we're saved." But then we find out that the kill squad is actually working for Scrooge. So Scrooge sends the kill squad to go kill Santa. Santa, being stuck in a shed, is like, "Oh, crap, I'm gonna die here. I'm not gonna be able to save him." But then he finds a hammer. And Nickman the Red's very special weapon was a hammer. So, in quick fashion, he takes out all the kill squad except for the leader. He goes in to save the family. But then we flash over to the family. And we find out they open the vault and there's nothing in there. So Scrooge comes back up and she's like, "Where's my flippin' money? Where's my money?" Come to find out, Jason stole the money so that he could leave with his family and start a new life. And the grandmother, his mother, just tells him, "You know what? That's a tradition. A tradition. I stole my fortune from your grandfather, and you stole it from me, and that's how we do things." So it kind of sets up that he's going to be the next head of the family. And he goes to show them where the money is. His wife and him fight off the villains with Santa's help, and the grandma is taken with Scrooge and the Commander Thorpe, which is the leader of the kill squad. So they go off. Santa chases them. He's like, "You're not gonna get away." And then we get to the finale. Santa fights uh Scrooge. You kind of find out a little bit about Scrooge's backstory and how, his family was super big on Christmas, but they never had anything, so he stole from the people next door and went to jail. All this other stuff, a lot of whatever. Um, so Santa fights Scrooge. Santa wins, but then Commander Thorpe shoots him dead. At the same time, I think it's the grandma who takes him out. Yeah. So one of the cooler parts is after the fight with Scrooge, or during the fight with Scrooge, Scrooge is winning, but Santa gets the upper hand. He grabs him and he shoots himself through the chimney, thus totally eviscerating Scrooge, dead. Then gets shot by Commander Thorpe. Sorry, a little bit off on that one. So Commander Thorpe shoots him. He's dying. Gertrude, the grandmother, shoots Commander Thorpe, kills him. Trudy stands over Santa's body, or well, sits, kneels, and she's sad. She wants him to survive. And with the power of belief and love, they bring Santa back. So Nickaman the Red can continue being Santa, and that's where the movie ends, where he says, he does his, goodbye, and his sleigh finally comes back with a new bag from Mrs. Claus saying, "Oh, I think you're going to need this." And he gets his love for Christmas back because of this little girl that just wanted, to be good to people. It's a really good movie. I suggest watching it. I know I'm a little bit back and forth. I got a lot in my head when I do these, and I kind of get mixed up with stuff, and I probably should uh, get better at like writing down what I'm going to say, but I like doing it by heart. I like doing it off my wrist. Um, and yeah, this is a great movie. This is a really fun, unexpectedly fun movie, and I think all of you would like it. Uh, so definitely gonna recommend it. I hope you guys like this review. I know I'm still working on them. I'm still getting used to doing this by myself. It's kind of weird talking to yourself while doing a review. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird doing it by myself. Um, and yeah, so if you like it, let me know, comment, subscribe. I'm going to start trying to put these on the Playing on Easy podcast also, other than my YouTube, so that you can listen to it wherever. And just know I appreciate it. Even if you only watch for like 10 seconds, I still appreciate you. You know, you guys, I do this just because for the fun of it, because I love movies and I love the stuff that I do. And I love you guys. And I hope you have a great, great day or night wherever you are. Bear hug.